besides wealth, really it comes down to your health, because you could have all the cash in the world, you could have all the resources, all the options in the world, but if you're fat, you're overweight, you're grumpy, you're not at your prime, you're probably not really enjoying it. You're not really enjoying the life that you can have, or the options you have. Like, yeah, you could go rent a boat, but then your man boobs will show. No one wants to see your man boobs, bro. Go put your man boobs away, bro.
Connected to Sales Remastered.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sales Remastered. My name is Daniel. I'm your host. And in this episode of Breakfast of Champions, I hope that you grab a seat, grab a big heaping helpful of some hustle nutrition. Heaping helpful. Man, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, in this episode, I want to, of course, drop some content that is gonna get your thoughts moving, right? Some real thought-provoking stuff, and these little sessions enable us to see our game, our hustle in a different way. And sometimes it could be just as as normal as everyday situations where we find ourselves in doubt or in fear or worried or uncertain. And sometimes, at least from my experience, this is just from me personally thinking out loud and me personally going through these challenges. If you don't have the right resources to help dig you out, or if you don't have the right coaching to help keep you on the path, what happens is you can get into a real dark state. You can go down a real dark path mentally. And that's just dangerous, bro. Or sis, I don't ever want you to have to go down that route. And I don't ever want you to feel that you don't have the answers or you don't have the resources. And I'm not saying here is where all your resources are, but what I am saying is here is where all your resources are. No, I'm just playing. But you have a lot of free content available, and it's just a matter of typing some shit in on the search box. But that's the thing, though, is sometimes we hold ourselves back because, to be honest with you, really what it is fear. And I have fear. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm He-Man and shit. I'm not a superhero by any means. Although I am half man, half amazing. Come on. Anyway, so what I do believe, though, is that when fear holds us back and we sometimes let that kind of shackle us, and it could be for various reasons, right? Like, we may not want to speak up and take an opportunity because we fear of failing, or we have our baseline fear, and this is a fear that anyone and everyone has, is a fear of making the wrong decision. A decision is hard enough to make as is, let alone make the wrong one, right? And so when we come to a crossroads of sorts, and we have that fight or flight situation, in case you don't like the fancy way of saying it, is that we have to decide, like, all right, bro, this is it. You know what I mean? It's like the Eminem song on I don't know the name of the song, but you know what I'm saying. It's not that famous movie 8 Mile, and it's like, that's it. It all comes down to this. Am I going to make a move, or am I just going to sit back and let it pass me by? And there have been dozens of times where I've watched opportunities pass me by, and each one of those dozen times I've sat there with regret, and that's when my path towards that negative hole or that dark path went. Because when you build up remorse or resentment, whether it's from a decision or towards somebody, and towards somebody could be anyone from your manager to your neighbor to your cubicle mate, your best friend, your spouse, your girlfriend, I don't think you can have that against your children. But when you get to a point where you resent somebody because you're actually blaming them as to why you didn't take a step forward, you go in this cycle, in this negative cycle where you start getting paranoid. You start thinking that people are against you, or people are plotting against you. And I'm saying this because the shit is real. And so depending on your experience, you might be like, yeah, you might fight it off. But when you come to realization, you'd be like, damn, man, D was right. And what happens is, this is natural, is because all those negative thoughts, the emotions, and everything starts to build up to where, the only logical thing that your mind can do is actually believe that everyone is against you. Everyone is doubting you. Everyone does not believe in you. And what happens is, because it's in your thoughts and you hear your own thoughts, that's your internal dialogue. It actually affects every single action that you do. Because imagine if inside your head you're telling yourself that, oh, they don't believe in you, or they're talking about me, they don't believe in me, right? They don't think I can do it, I probably can't do it. And so if this is your internal dialogue, more than likely what's going to happen is, when you actually take time to go and do that one thing, it's not going to be at your best. It's not going to be in your prime. And so the question is, well, Daniel, how can I get to my prime? And I've actually showed you by way of example, I get in my prime every single day by way of working out. And, I don't necessarily work out every day, but I try to. And I'm not saying you need to change your life and work out every day, but what I am saying is, you need to change your life and work out every day, because only with the strong mentality and strong physical well-being can you really dominate this game. Now, I know you might see millionaires or billionaires who ain't necessarily, in their top prestige fit condition. But what I can tell you, there are a lot of millionaires and billionaires who genuinely do take care of themselves. And I think that, overall, besides wealth, really it comes down to your health, because you could have all the cash in the world, you could have all the resources, all the options in the world, but if you're fat, you're overweight, you're grumpy, you're not at your prime, you're probably not really enjoying it. You're not really enjoying the life that you can have, or the options you have. Like, yeah, you could go rent a boat, but then your man boobs will show. No one wants to see your man boobs, bro. Go put your man boobs away, bro. You see what I'm saying? But then again, you're so rich, no one gives a fuck you got man boobs. You got hot IG models squeezing them bitches and shit. Anyway, I don't want to veer down that path. Where I'm getting at is, at some point in time, whether it's today, tomorrow, or another day, I want you to recognize that fear could be the very thing shackling you from making a move. And it's funny when you realize that it's the fear that's shackling you, because you quickly gain acceptance and then take action to remind yourself that fear is just an illusion. Fear is really just an excuse to procrastinate. That's really all it is. Fear and procrastination, those bitches are married. And so what happens is, when you accept that it is an illusion, you actually are able to remove it. You're able to look at it in a different way. And so when the next time you get in a situation where it's a fight or flight, type of decision, you're going to end up fighting, because you know that if you fight, the absolute worst thing can happen is you're going to learn something. Right? A lot of people call it losing. I call it learning. Because what happens is, when you learn, you're able to perfect, you're able to repeat. And you know what they say about repetition, right? Repetition builds your game to the game that you want, so that you can gain the experience and reach the levels that you want. And so it's just a bridge. It's your stepping stone to get to the higher planes. Anyway, I want to leave you with this, is that in today's episode of Breakfast of Champions, the time it took me to get from, the gym to my house, I want you to realize that no matter what I share with you in these episodes, whether it's Breakfast of Champions or it's, a sales technique or sales strategy, to hear it is one thing, right? To hear it makes sense. Oh yeah, Daniel, that makes sense. Fuck, I can't wait to go try it. But what I have noticed is that of all the actual comments or all the actual likes, only a few actually will hit the like button, right? And I'm like that too. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and or listen to them in the background, and I rarely hit like, so I get it. do the same thing on Facebook. So I'm one of, you know, I get it, believe me. So for anyone who's actually liked, hit a thumbs up, hit a heart, you know, double tap my posts on IG or wherever you found me and happen to share it. I appreciate you. And I want you to know that because of you, my channel is growing. And I want you to know because of you, there are loan officers, all mortgage bankers all across the country who are now connected to the channel and gaining that inside experience. And because of the free sales script, which I'll leave a link below this video so you have direct access to, it's really helping change the perception of sales. And it's, I mean, damn, imagine just having an actual script, a formulated script that melts away objections. And if you want that, if you believe that will help you, if you believe that objections may be standing in your way to make more income, if you believe that there is certain wordplay to eliminate objections and get straight to the point of selling, then you're going to want to click the link that I share with you below. You can also go to the link in my bio where it says free script, and it's redesigned. So even if you downloaded it back in the day, you got to check out this recent copy. And so go sign up, and the link is in it. Go get a copy of it, go download it, and you're going to, you know, let me know your thoughts, because it is redesigned, it's brand new, and I think you're going to walk away with some valuable information that you can actually implement today with your hustle. And if that script helps you make one extra sale this week, how much money did you make off that one sale? You're welcome. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you again for watching the show. Let me know your feedback. If you know, which do you like better? You like the Breakfast of Champions, or you like the professional sales training where I'm driving into work a little bit more suited and booted? Let me know your feedback. I live off of your comments. My content has grown because of your comments and your input and your DM. So here's a chance to tailor out some of the content for your own viewing experience. This is how engaging you can be with me on this channel. Is if you ever look at any of the notes on any of the videos, I've always responded back. I've even opened up the dialogue on a personal direct email or direct message on that platform. So get in contact with me, bro. If you have some information, or sis, if you have some information that you want to go through, you want to cover, you say, hey man, D, put some information out on this. You know, I'm doing that right now. And so only the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? Only the one who makes the noise gets the help. Only the one taking action gets the results. And sometimes the only thing shackling us from making noise or taking action is fear. And that's exactly what I hope to help you break down, so that you're not shackled and you're flying high AF. And I'll see you at the top. Bye.